Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about Biden's judges and how they might get confirmed a little bit more easily than we imagined. Before we get into this, we have to do a quick crash course on the federal judicial system. There are three kinds of judges. You have district court, circuit court, which is appeals, and the Supreme Court. Prior to 2017, there was something called the blue slip. And the blue slip was a mechanism for the senators from the state where the judge would work to throw up a roadblock, to kind of have an unofficial veto power. It wasn't real veto power, but their opinion mattered a whole lot. In 2017, though, in an attempt to pack the court with far right-wing judges, the Senate judiciary got rid of this rule. They wanted to let Trump pack the courts. Okay? They got rid of it for circuit court judges, appeals. It remained for district. Everybody, myself included, kind of expected Democrats to restore this rule when they took over. Mainly because, generally speaking, Democrats are not very good at wielding power. They try to play fair. This time they're not going to. They're not going to restore the rule. In fact, they have said that they haven't ruled out getting rid of the blue slip process for district court judges as well. If this happens, I would imagine that Republicans are going to cry foul. They will say that they only did it because there were a lot of vacancies and whatever. They will come up with some talking point that allows them to frame themselves as the victim, is what it's going to boil down to. They'll say it's unconstitutional. I'll go ahead and tell you now, it's not. This is not in the Constitution. This is a Senate rule. The Constitution says that the president needs the advice and consent of the Senate. Nothing about the state where the judge is going to work, blue slips, none of this is in the Constitution. It's not required. But they'll probably say it is. So, what does this mean? It means that Biden's judges will probably get through a lot easier. Because if they're being appointed to a state that is very conservative, they don't have that unofficial veto power anymore. They can't throw up those roadblocks. So, people are obviously going to ask, why does this rule exist? Theoretically, it's a good thing. Theoretically, it makes sense. The United States is very diverse. If you live in California, you would probably not want a federal judge from Texas ruling on your gun laws. It makes sense. If you have senators, politicians in general, who are actually looking out for the best interests of their citizens, of their constituents, and they are actually attempting to better their lives and provide the best service they can, it would make sense. That's not how this gets used, though. That is not how this gets used. Something that would be more likely to happen is, I don't know, let's say it's the 1960s and we're in the South and we don't want a judge that supports civil rights. That's how it ends up getting used. So, while in theory, in a perfect world, the blue slip process makes sense. It is something that should exist. We're not in a perfect world. What should be and what is are very, very, very different. So, as far as getting rid of it altogether, yeah, I think it's a good idea. It would make sense, and it would make it to where you don't have such disparity between the different circuits and how people are subject to the laws and how the laws get interpreted. So it would make things a little bit more uniform. But I don't know that the Democratic Party is going to have the political will to move forward with that part of it. But it certainly appears that they will keep the rule as is. So the appeals court judges, the circuit court judges, they'll get through easier. The district court judges, well, they may still face roadblocks. But, to be honest, it was a surprise that the Democrats didn't just cave and put the rule back. So, anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.